Hi there, and welcome back to Stubbs Aquatics. In this video, we're going to take a look at, well, one of my favorite aquarium shops. It's only my second time ever being there, but the first time I went there, I was just in awe, and I wasn't prepared to get anything. This time I was in the city, and, well, I just couldn't pass up the opportunity to go to my favorite fish store, that being Fanatics. Now, it's normally quite busy, and today, when I went, it was busy. So I tried to film as much as I could. I couldn't get all the dry goods section in. It's just too crowded. They have amazing area for dry goods. The food they have in there is, well, top notch. Uh, all kinds of North Fin and other great quality feeds for everything from koi to all your specialty feeds for your tropical fish. If you're into cichlids, this store is definitely for you. I mean, the South American, the Central African cichlids, they just have just a huge variety, and they're all big and healthy. I think they're well known throughout the whole cichlid community for their amazing fish. I don't have cichlids, but I was definitely in awe. I went there to get some water plants and to see if I could find any other, believe it or not, barbs, right? I'm hoping to find a couple male melon barbs because I seem to only have females. So I was hoping to run into some there. And, well, let's see how I made out.
We arrived in Mississauga, part of the GTA, that being the Greater Toronto Area. This was on a Sunday afternoon. Luckily, it was still open, and man, I couldn't wait to get in there. This place is just awesome. And like I said, if you love cichlids, you got to go to this place. Fanatics, they are crazy about fish, and I'm crazy about this place. So let's get in here. Being that I'm really hooked on planted tanks, one of the main purposes of going here was to pick up a few more plants. There's just so many to choose from. They have every kind you could think of for all your freshwater fish or tank needs. And they're all healthy plants. They're not spindly, and they're not thick looking, they're thick bunches. I can't say enough about them. They're just a high quality fish store with high quality plants. You might think they're a little bit pricey, but you pay for quality, and these are definitely quality plants. I was looking for some more cryptocorin and more anubias. Being I just can't get Java fern to grow well in my tanks, and I don't want to use any micro plants. Being my barbs and my goldfish, well, they will have a buffet on them. So I have to have pretty coarse leaf plants and pretty hardy ones. Now I've got stem plants and they're thriving, so I'm not worried about my bacopa or my laguigia. In fact, I'm growing extra just to sell them. But I wanted to take a look around and see what was available to me. I like how they've got if it's high or low tech, and what quantity of light it needs, and if it's easy. So it's already marked for you. So I like it when it has easy on it because then it's got my name written all over it. Because, well, I'm still a beginner when it comes to planted aquariums. And there's just, like I said, just so many beautiful plants in here. It was it was a hard decision, but I started looking around at more of their tanks, and most of the tanks are well planted as well. So, and the plants in there are always for sale. It just gives you so many ideas what plants to go where, and you know, like I said, I was going there for some crypts, and man, they have some beautiful crypts, and Anubias, of course. Aren't their aquariums just spotless? Wow. I was, I could have spent all day there, but you know, my grandson, uh, well, he had about a 10-minute time in there, and he goes, well, "That's too hot in here, and I gotta leave." So he and my wife went out to the car. Well, I got to stay in here and drool over everything in there. If you like live bears, they've got some beautiful guppies and antlers. They've also got some really nice platies and swords. They're all seem to be very healthy. I like how they have live plants in all their tanks. I think it helps, the fish themselves, and it definitely helps with the water quality. I found the tanks were extremely clean and well maintained. Like I said, the fish all looked healthy. They look like they've been fed. They're not starved. And, their prices were pretty good. Now, I did see some of my favorite fish being these denison, but they're a new style of denison, and I wasn't prepared to spend $60 on one fish, especially when I like to keep barbs in the minimum of 8 to 10.
This is an excellent price for denison barbs.
Right?
Oh man, if I had a tank set up and ready.
Yeah, we try to beat the competition.
Is this a regular price normally here?
Yeah, it's our regular
Okay,
price.
I'll be back.
I think that's about the only part I did tape live, and I will be back for some roseline or denison barbs. They just don't travel well enough. I just don't have a tank big enough that's set up ready for them because they need extra attention when you move them. The Target barbs were really well priced. At least I thought so. I found their Odessa barbs. They were nice, but I hate to say it, I don't think they're as nice as mine. But you be the judge. They told me they got these from Thailand, I think. That's where they get most of theirs. Now, I noticed they have lots of albino cherry barbs. To me, cherry barbs, well, they're best left in the original state because the colors on a cherry barb are beautiful. Nothing against albinos. And I'm not willing to spend $10 or six for $50 for some long fins. I was looking for some rummy nose tetras, and I was set up for some, but unfortunately, these ones just came in and weren't for sale. I also like how they put on some of their fish tanks that they don't let you select them because when it comes to small tetras, you put a lot of stress when you're trying to pick your own. They'll pick out good quality ones for you, so not to worry. I was tempted to get some clown loaches though, but I'm worried that they're plant eaters. Well, I had to go to the goldfish section. They have some amazing Arandos, not that I want to spend $120. Now, the shabumpkins, well, they need stubbies, shubbies, and I talked to them about that. So that could happen in the future. You just never know. I was lucky that they were doing some water changes, so I got some real good close-ups, some really quality goldfish, actually. I was actually tempted on a couple of these for $80. I mean, that one there in particular, the red and black one, it had my eye. There's definitely some nice ones here for $40, and the extra large Arandos, well, they're out of my price range at $120. They had all kinds of different price range, but they're all definitely good quality, uh, fancy goldfish. And being that I like goldfish, it got my attention. I've often thought about getting back into some higher quality fantails and whatnot, and I may get back into some uh, specialized goldfish. Now these pearl scale, maybe not. They look well. They look like me after I've gone to an all-you-can-eat buffet. But see what I mean? You can see the real quality and how beautiful the coloring is, especially when they've got the water drained. Man, there are some nice fish in there. And the colors really pop. Now, I wanted to get better quality shots of some of their South American cichlids. Unfortunately, it was just so busy in there. I just could get angle shots when I could, because I didn't want to get anyone else in the camera, and I didn't want anyone to feel, uncomfortable because I was filming. Some of these fish, obviously the Oscars, I know, but not all of them. So I'm going to rely on some of you cichlid experts to chime in and let me know all these different types of South Americans. Man, they had some beauties. I'm betting Paul from Fish Northwest can name off every one of these species. In fact, I'd bet on it. The colors on these guys, they're just beautiful. Now I know the blue Acara, that one are easy. And like I said, I couldn't get all the nameplates just because, well, my camera wouldn't focus in on it very well, and because of the crowds. But they're certainly healthy and active. Now this fish, I did not know. Almost, to me, well, it almost looks like a form of a barracuda, but I know it's not. Man, they're colorful. I said, I wish it wasn't as busy as it was, but I got the best shots that I could. Now we're getting into some shell dwellers and into some africancichlids. There's just so many varieties there, and I only got a small portion of them filmed. And I mean a small portion. They should basically call this the cichlid store. Wow. And they're all healthy looking. Beautiful, beautiful fish. I got lost for words. I wish I'd got back into some cichlids at times. And they're constantly running some sales. So you'll have to forgive me for not knowing all these species, because I don't. I can tell you basically some of the varieties, and that, I have kept some African cichlids before and some Oscars. But these are beautiful African cichlids. And like I said, they're all healthy. All these tanks are just super clean. I was really impressed.
Don't mind the breeding mops. I did a water change and they started showing signs that they were going to breed. And of course, as soon as I finished the water change, they stopped. I don't know if it was the water level that caused them to start the process. So next time I do a water change, I'm definitely ready with this. So while I was at Fanatics, I did pick up several types of crypts. I love cryptocorum. They're just a great plant that spreads well for me. Sometimes they do melt back, but I've never had a problem with them, and they spread so nicely. Like, these are some of my own babies, and some of the other ones I've had for a little bit that are starting to take off. But I did get some more Anubias. I do have some more anubias coming from a friend of mine, but I couldn't wait, and I just wanted to get some more in there just because, well, I love the plants. There's so many different types of anubias, and for me, they grow really well. They're one of my favorite plants. As you can see, I've got them in most of my tanks. I have this love-hate relationship with Java fern. I love it. It hates me. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It looks like it's, the plants have nutrient deficiencies. I do fertilize with several different types of fertilizer, and they just die off on me. They seem to go well for a while, and then boom, they just die right off. The only ones that seem to do well for me are the ones that I ignore in my bumpkin tank, and they do really well. I don't know if there's too much light in this tank, but man, these ferns hate me. But the anubias, they love me. They don't have any problems with algae growing on them. I don't know. Hopefully Colin's watching, or Tara, and they can tell me what I'm doing wrong with my Java fern. I don't know, maybe it's my water. People have suggested, well, I'll do more water changes. I've done that. I've fertilized. It's not like I'm using cheap fertilizer either. I use, Flourish NXL, and it's from Seacham. They're good quality stuff. I also use their root tabs, but obviously with that type of plant, I don't need them. So back to the plants. When I was buying them at the store, I had a budget in mind because, well, that's just me. I do everything budget wise. And I asked them, hey, can you do any better on these prices? And they said, sure. And, they're giving me, 20% discounts. And some they're saying, well, you buy three, instead of $12 each, we'll go $10 each. I mean, that's just good customer service. And that's definitely going to bring me back there again and again and again. Well, thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Sorry I couldn't get the closer views on some of those tanks. Again, Fanatics can be crowded, and it was hard to film. And I didn't want to get anyone else in the shots. So you'll have to take me at my word saying, I didn't do the place justice. Next time, hopefully I'll arrange a better time to go. Because wow, the cichlids are just off the charts. And they had great goldfish. Wish they had more barbs, and the live bears. They've got a ton of them. So if you're definitely into any of the live bears, being guppies, swords, great spot. Well, thanks again for watching. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up. Think about subscribing and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Well, thanks again, everyone. We'll see you real soon. Bye for now.